She played at UCLA from 2012 to 2015. She won a World Cup gold in 2015, a Pan American silver, and then again a World Cup silver in 2016, and then a World Championship gold in 2016. She is Olympic pitcher Ali Carda on the CJ Silas Show. Earlier in the lockdown, all of a sudden, you're getting prepared and training for the Olympics to start in Tokyo in July. Here we are, July 15th. Obviously, the Olympics will not be starting next week. What went down the day that you found out that you weren't going to be playing in the softball tournament during the Olympics this year?
It was pretty crazy, to be honest. It was a little bit, when it actually happened, a relief, because for a while we were in this kind of awkward waiting period on, we're in this pandemic, all this is crazy stuff is happening and going on, and we're all just kind of, our tour was on hold and we're on lockdown and the world just seemed kind of crazy. So we were in a period for probably, I would think, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a little longer, where we didn't even know what the decision was going to be made and what was going to kind of happen. So I think when we actually did find out, obviously it was devastating, and we obviously wanted to be a part of the Olympics this year. But for at least us with softball, I know other sports are in a different situation. But for us, it was a little bit of a relief just to know that, okay, now we have a new date that we can kind of work for, and now we at least know that it's not happening, because it was just such an awkward waiting period that I think was pretty rough for all of us athletes.
Lockdown happened. You found out the Olympics were going to be postponed until next year. How did you plan your training regime from that moment on?
I think now it delayed a whole year, right? So it's kind of a weird, we don't have to be at our peak now. We were almost training to be at our peak right now. And so it was kind of shifting again to almost go back to the basics a little bit. I think for actually probably a lot of us on the USA team, it was a little bit of a blessing in disguise, I think, now that we're, hindsight looking back. And there was just some little things that individually and as a team, I think we wanted to just get better at, and whatever that was with our individual skill set. So we kind of were able to just have more time to dive into those little things and tighten up some things, and then just get into better shape, to be honest.
And then things started to come back, Ali, and you actually started practicing and playing some games with the Fast Pitch Softball League, knowing that the Olympics were over. What was it like when you knew it was time for you to go back and play the sport?
It was awesome. I think we were a little skeptical on, just because everything is still shaky right now in the world, with COVID and everything. But we were excited. I think those of us who did go and play, it was just, for me, just so grateful to be able to get back out there and play and have somewhere to train, because unfortunately in our softball world, there's not much of a pro league that is standing right now. And especially with COVID going on, there's, hopefully it'll get better, but there isn't too many professional opportunities for softball players. So for this opportunity to come about, and for a handful of us Olympic players to be able to train together for a period of time, at that point we were just really grateful to be able to get back out on the field.